Friends, welcome back in my second video. This time I have come with the topic related to sources of funding for private limited company. So for the private limited company, we all know that we can raise funds through equity share capital and from debts from banks or other credit institutions. But apart from that, yes, we can take deposits from members, we can take deposits from non-members, and also we can issue debentures. So first we will discuss what do we mean by members. So basically a member is the shareholder of the company whose name is entered as in register of members. So in first case, in equity share capital, a private limited company can start with no minimum share capital. You can start even with 1000 rupees capital. So if you want to go for the higher authorized capital, yes, you can have, let's say you can have 1 lakh or 2 lakh authorized share capital, and you can have a paid up share capital of 50,000. In future you can again have increase the share capital for the remaining amount. But in case if you want to increase the share capital of the company more than the authorized share capital mentioned in memorandum of association, then that can also be done post amendment in memorandum of association. So in case of debts from banks or other credit institutions, there is no limit. You can take any amount of loan. So but for availing term loan, working capital loan, or any other credit facility from a bank, you have to provide some security of of assets or movable or immovable properties. Company has to create a charge on the assets in favor of the banks from which they can avail loans. So now we will discuss how we can accept deposits from members. So directors or relatives of directors, from them we can take funds from them, but that can be only out of their own funds. They cannot borrow from others then provide to the companies. They have to give a declaration for that. Other than directors, for the startup, there is no limit for acceptance of deposit from members up to 5 years from the date of incorporation. For if the below three conditions are met, then also there will not be any limit. There can be any amount of deposit from the members from the member, like not an associate or subsidiary of any other company. The borrowings which the company has, it is less than twice of the paid up share capital or 50 crore, whichever is less, and there is no default in payment of borrowings. For any other company apart from the above two conditions, the limit for taking deposit from members is up to 100% of the paid up share capital plus securities premium plus free reserves. Basically from free reserves we say is that the amount which is available for distribution as dividends to the shareholders, so which is basically the amount in retained earnings. Now we discuss the acceptance of deposit from non-members. It is prohibited for private limited companies. You cannot take deposits from non-members, but for public limited companies it is allowed, subject to some conditions which we will discuss in the next video. Now the issue of debentures is also possible in case of a private limited company. So a private limited company can issue debentures, but they have to fulfill some conditions, like they have to maintain an asset cover, they have to do some get a credit score rating done from outside agency, and then then they have to make a debenture redemption reserve, and they have to hold liquid assets for their current maturities, etc. So they can also get their the debentures listed on BSE or NSE. So hope guys this video was useful for you, and please like and subscribe, and please let me know if you want more videos, if you want any